A favorite memory of mine is I've been involved in officiating sports, particularly softball, for many years, almost 30 years. And about 20 of those years have been here in Apex. And you ask any umpire if they've got a story. And I guarantee you, if they've been calling long enough, they've got plenty of stories that they can share with you. And one in particular stands out, and it was probably about like seven or 8 years ago. I was calling in Kelly Road, and one of the players, I noticed that, she kind of struggled to find herself out in the field, right? Didn't quite know what position she liked to play, and she struggled out there, but one day, as I'm about to go behind the plate, she walks up and she's wearing catcher's gear. Okay, all right, so this is happening. And she says the 5 words to me that every umpire dreads, and that is, "I've never done this before." So I think more out of an act of self-preservation than anything, I looked her dead in the eye and I said, "Did you take your catcher's oath?" And she looked at me confused and said, "What's that?" I said, "Raise your right hand and repeat after me." And so I said, "I solemnly do swear to not let the umpire get hit." And she repeated it back, and I said, "All right, fist bump, let's go." And she went back behind the plate with me. And that girl got so scrappy and just was diving on the ball, and that not once did that ball all game ever come near me. She found herself. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. And then about 2 or 3 days later, had the next game once again. She comes up, she's wearing catcher's gear. And I said to her, "You remember your catcher's oath?" And she looks at me, she said, "Don't let the umpire get hit." I said, "All right, fist bump, let's go." And sure enough, same thing. And the reason that's so important to me, why that is such a favorite memory of mine, is, youth sports I consider just crucial, to the development of kids in the area. And I'm so grateful that, the town has given them that opportunity to find themselves. Fast forward a couple of years, and I saw her playing in a different league, and she was just an absolute dynamo. I mean, she was hitting the ball to the fence almost every single time. And finally seeing this player find herself because of youth sports, I thought was just absolutely, it tugs on the heartstrings for me. That's, as an umpire, that's what we really want to see. And that, it means the world to me, so. So an important memory to me is, when I joined Apex CERT back in 2015, I found such a wonderful group of people that I could volunteer with. But at the time, even though we were, formally under the fire department, we report to them, they call upon us for assistance. Even though we report directly to them, we didn't have any kind of corporate standing. And so back in 2018, we decided to incorporate as a 501c3. And for us, I thought that was very pivotal because it allowed us to do a lot of fundraising. People can donate to us. It's allowed us to have a budget. It's allowed us to, for example, volunteer at the NC State football games and earn money for Apex CERT. It's allowed us to formally decide on the direction of Apex CERT, how we want to serve this community. And so for me, incorporating as coming together as an official 501c3 has been absolutely, crucial for us. And I'm grateful to have been a part of that for so many years now. Since becoming a 501c3, with the funding that we are now able to get, we've been able to purchase a Viper radio, and that allows us to tie into the communications with Apex Fire, EMS, Apex PD, so that when we are acting as, for example, the official first aid for things like Peak Fest and Pig Fest and 4th of July, Christmas Parade, we're able to respond alongside them. Also, we have basic trainings that we hold twice a year, and the funding allows us to, purchase the supplies to hold those trainings. So, it takes money to get, food, to feed the people. It's because these are free trainings. We don't charge for those trainings. But we still need to get food for them, drinks, snacks, something to, keep them going through the meetings. Also, we do get emergency preparedness materials that we can share with the town to teach the town how to be prepared in the event of an emergency, whether it's a hurricane, a large fire, whatever it may be, because CERT is an all hazards approach to emergency management. We want to get that literature out to people of the town, as well as to engage, for example, at some of the events like Touch Truck, Apex Night Out, engage with some of the younger members of the community so that they also feel better about, who are these CERT people? So I think that that's extremely important that we got that 501c3 status. So what makes Apex home to me is, where I grew up, I'll admit I never really felt a connection to my hometown before. I grew up in a large city, and I moved here back in 2001, and instantly just felt that connection with the town, right? With all of the various events that happen, whether it's Peak Fest or the Christmas Parade, 4th of July. These are things that I didn't really get to experience as much in my I don't want to say hometown anymore. I guess birthplace is more like it, because Apex is now my hometown. I get to experience that here. My wife and I love to be able to just walk around our neighborhood and just, we feel safe, we feel secure, we love our neighbors, we love our neighborhood. We like going downtown and just, we don't necessarily even need to go to any of the restaurants per se, but we'll take a walk, we'll take a stroll downtown just to feel the pulse of the town on Salem Street, and just to feel that energy, seeing people, walking around, getting ice cream, getting a meal at one of the restaurants, something like that. So, that to me, that connection, just being able to enjoy this vibrant, thriving community, to me is what really makes this place home. My hopes for Apex's potential, I first moved here back in 2001. And back then, we only had about 22,000 people living here. And, over the last 20 years, we've grown to almost 80,000. That growth is going to be inevitable. Some people love it. Some people are certainly challenged by it. But that growth is going to continue. But I hope that we still retain that small town charm. Being able to walk down Salem Street and just enjoying the shops, enjoying that vibrant community, I hope we're able to maintain. I hope that when we grow, we're going to continue to do so smartly. And we're engaging with a lot of the leaders who are also similarly tasked with that challenging assignment. How do we grow smartly without losing that charm? We're growing towards Sharon Harris. We're growing slowly towards Chatham County. My hope is that, as Apex grows, we're still able to attract businesses, attract companies so that people can work here, enjoy living here, here, for example, here at the parks, being able to enjoy the community parks, the sports programs that we have here, and also, continue to have that sense of volunteerism, right? That's one thing that I've seen here between Kappa, between Apex CERT. A lot of people want to volunteer. They love this town, and I hope that continues.